One of my favorite things about Sublime Text when I'm not using Vim is the ability to use multiple cursors. By that I mean that you can change multiple parts of a file at the same time. Let's say, for instance, this right here. You can see when I double-click name, all of the instances of name highlight in the file. Let's say that somewhere down the line I want to take this function greet and have it accept a first name and a last name. We can start that process with Sublime Text Multiple Cursors by double-clicking name and on the Mac typing Command D. You can see that as we do, we're highlighting all of these instances of name. So there's cursors in front of all of them now, after all of them now. And if we change them to first name, they all change at the same time, which is really cool. But I don't like Sublime Text that much. I like Vim. So how should I do that in Vim? Well, luckily we have a couple plugins that will let us do things that are similar to that. And in this video, I'm going to go over a couple of them and show you what they look like. The first one is this one, and I have it commented out right now, and we'll install it in a second. It's called Multiple Cursors. So this is it on GitHub. You can see it's pretty popular, 3,000 stars. So if you scroll down, you can see a pretty quick demo. So it's very similar to what we had in Sublime Text. So let's install it. I use Bundle, which is Vim Bundle, and usually how the install process works is you just give it the GitHub user and the repository name. So I already have it here, and I'm just going to uncomment it. So you can see it's just plugin and then a string that's just the username and then the repo name. So I'm going to save this, and then down at the bottom here you can see I'm going to do this, which basically means, and I can press tab to expand it out. I'm just going to reload this file. And then using Bundle, and this can be different for what plugin manager you choose to use. There's a lot of them. I like Bundle mostly just because it's fairly easy to use. Anyway, I'm going to run Bundle install. And you can see I have a lot of plugins set up, but the part that matters is this plus sign right here. We can see that this plugin was installed. Okay, so now if we go over here, so I have this file that's very similar to the one in Sublime Text, and I want to do the same thing. I want to take every instance of name, and there's one here, etc., and I want to change them all at the same time. So with Vim Multiple Cursors, I can do something really similar by typing Control-N. So I do that once. You can see I highlighted it again and again and again. You highlighted them all. And now you can do pretty much like any Vim action you would want. In our instance, we want C to change, and we're going to type first name. You can see I could do more here if I wanted. So I could do like, if I had a last name, I could type that in. It's not really applicable right now. So I'm just going to press escape to exit out, and you can see you're just back to a normal cursor, and then I can do Command W at the bottom to write it. So the other plugin I'm going to show you is vim-over. And what vim-over is, it's a little bit different. It's not actually multiple cursors, but what it does allow you to do is what I would call interactive substitution. And so let's go back here. I'm going to install it. Same thing, source the file, run bundle install. And you can see it installed up here, same kind of thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is something really similar. I want to change name in all of these instances to first name. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over command line, and then I'm going to pass in this thing here, the %s/, which if you're familiar with Vim, you'd recognize as find and replace. And so you can see at the bottom now this command line kind of thing has showed up. And so if we type name, we can see it starts to highlight. Okay, and then if we type / like you would do a normal find and replace in Vim, and start typing, you can see that the substitution shows up right next to it. So this is what's going to show up when I run this command. So it's basically find and replace in Vim, but with some cool kind of, live demoing of what's happening. And also, if applicable, down at the bottom, we can do /g if we wanted to apply multiple times in the same line. So say, in like the console log line, we had multiple instances of name. We could change all of them instead of just one on that line. So press enter. You can see at the bottom 4 substitutions on 4 lines. and press enter, and they've all changed over. You can write the file. So that's a couple ways of doing multiple cursors in Vim, or something similar. Obviously, the first one is a little bit closer to the original Sublime Text implementation. I think it's actually written to mimic that. And then the other one is something a little bit different, but also quite useful. Thanks for watching.